Oceans and Seas of the World, written by Edward Allen Kurtz. Contents at a glance. Oceans and Seas of the World. The oceans of the world are very important to Earth's survival. If there were no oceans, there would be no life on our planet. Did you know that over 70% of our planet is covered by oceans, and that 97% of Earth's water is found in the world ocean? There are 5 oceans on Earth: the Antarctic, Arctic, Atlantic, Indian, and Pacific. All put together, they are called the world ocean. This is because they are connected to each other. Oceans are made up of saline water. Oceans versus seas. What is the difference between an ocean and a sea? Some people use the word sea to refer to an ocean, but they are not the same. A sea is a body of saline water that is at least partly and sometimes completely surrounded by land. Oceans flow into other oceans. Seas can be landlocked, like the Dead Sea, or they can flow into an ocean. For example, the Mediterranean Sea is almost completely surrounded by land, but there is a small opening into the Atlantic Ocean at the Strait of Gibraltar. Antarctic Ocean. The Antarctic Ocean is often called the Southern Ocean. It has several other names, including the Austral Ocean, the Great Southern Ocean, and the South Polar Ocean. It is found in the southern hemisphere, and it surrounds the continent of Antarctica. The Antarctic Ocean is the 4th largest ocean after the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. It is larger than the Arctic Ocean. Some people don't agree there is an ocean called the Antarctic Ocean. They believe that it is part of the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest of the Earth's 5 oceans. It is sometimes called the Arctic Mediterranean Sea and sometimes the Arctic Sea. It is found in the area of the North Pole. The countries that touch the Arctic Ocean include Canada, Greenland, owned by Denmark, and Russia. Norway touches the seas that are a part of the Arctic Ocean. Like the Antarctic Ocean, some people don't agree there is an Arctic Ocean. They think that it is a part of the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is the 2nd largest ocean in the world after the Pacific Ocean. The name of this ocean comes from Atlas, a character in Greek mythology. The ancient Greeks believed that this ocean was a huge river that went the whole way around the world. Early cultures were afraid of this ocean and never went beyond the Strait of Gibraltar. So the first explorers who crossed the Atlantic Ocean were very brave. The Atlantic Ocean touches 4 continents: Africa, Europe, and North and South America. Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean is the world's 3rd largest ocean after the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. It is connected to these 2 oceans as well as the Antarctic Ocean to the south. It is bordered by 3 continents: Africa, Asia, and Australia. India is a part of Asia, and this is where the Indian Ocean got its name. There are many island nations spread across this vast ocean. These include the fourth largest island in the world, Madagascar, and other islands like the Maldives, Mauritius, the Seychelles, and Sri Lanka. Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world. It makes up nearly half of the world ocean, and it covers about 33% of the Earth's total surface. Amazingly, this area is larger than all of the continents put together. The word Pacific means peaceful. Sometimes the Pacific Ocean is peaceful, but other times there are great storms that cross it. It touches the Arctic Ocean to the north and the Antarctic Ocean to the south. 4 of the 7 continents border the Pacific Ocean: Asia, Australia, and North and South America. Amundsen Sea, Antarctic Ocean. The Amundsen Sea is part of the Antarctic Ocean. It is found on the western coast of the continent of Antarctica. It was named after a famous Norwegian polar explorer named Roald Amundsen. Ice from several parts of the continent of Antarctica drains into the Amundsen Sea. There is much ice in the Amundsen Sea, and there are often large icebergs here. Kara Sea, Arctic Ocean. The Kara Sea is a part of the Arctic Ocean. It is found north of Siberia in Russia. It is named after the Kara River. Kara means black and north in the Turkish language. A narrow piece of land separates it from another Arctic Ocean sea called the Barents Sea. The Barents Sea is warmed from the waters of the nearby Atlantic Ocean, but the Kara Sea does not receive this warmth from the Atlantic Ocean. It is much colder than the Barents Sea. It stays frozen for 9 months out of the year. Mediterranean Sea, Atlantic Ocean. The Mediterranean Sea is part of the Atlantic Ocean. It is almost completely surrounded by land, with the continent of Europe to the north, the continent of Asia to the east, and the continent of Africa to the south. The only opening out of the Mediterranean Sea to the Atlantic Ocean is the narrow Strait of Gibraltar. The name Mediterranean comes from the Latin word meaning inland or in the middle of the land. Because there are other inland seas, some people call this the European Mediterranean Sea. Red Sea, Indian Ocean. The Red Sea is a part of the Indian Ocean. It is found in the northwestern part of the Indian Ocean. It is a long, narrow sea bordered by the continent of Africa to the west and the continent of Asia to the east. To the north of the Red Sea is the Suez Canal. Before it was opened in 1869, all ships had to sail around the southern tip of Africa in order to sail between Europe and Asia. It is the northernmost tropical sea in the world, and there are many corals and marine animals here. South China Sea, Pacific Ocean. The South China Sea is a part of the Pacific Ocean. It is found on the southeast coast of Asia, and it touches many countries, including Brunei, China, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, and Vietnam. The South China Sea is a famous sea for several reasons. About 33% of the world's ships pass through this sea. There are large reservoirs of gas and oil beneath it, and it was also known as a dangerous sea because of its many pirates. There are few pirates sailing today, but they still exist in this sea. Landlocked seas. A landlocked sea is completely surrounded by land. A sea contains saline water, so this does not include freshwater lakes. The Aral Sea is a landlocked sea in Asia, found between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. The Caspian Sea is the largest landlocked body of water in the world. It is found in Asia and is bordered by Azerbaijan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Russia, and Turkmenistan. The Dead Sea is a landlocked sea in Asia, also known as the Salt Sea. It is bordered by Israel, Jordan, and Palestine. Ocean facts. Ocean tides are the result of two things: the Earth's rotation and the pull of gravity from the sun and the moon. The oceans of the world are the home to countless marine animals, some of which have not yet even been discovered. The deepest part of the world ocean is called the Mariana Trench and is found in the Pacific Ocean. Many countries use the ocean to ship goods from place to place all around the world. The Pacific Ocean has more islands in it than any other ocean. The Arctic Ocean is completely frozen over during the winter months each year.